In this video, we will try to focus on the Indian horoscope basically. So, what is the horoscope of India and uh, how it is affecting the situations in India. So, ruling sign of India, if you talk about, so during Varahamihira's time, India came under the sign of Capricorn, that was the ruling sign. So even today, you can observe whenever something bad happens in the sign of Capricorn, something like, it's not bad, it's a Saturn Jupiter conjunction in Capricorn. So whenever Saturn Jupiter conjunction in Capricorn happens, India suffers a lot. Even when Jupiter comes in Capricorn and debilitates, then also India suffers, because Jupiter is India basically. Because I generally, there are two horoscopes that we're going to discuss. For India, India can be of Pisces ascendant, so Jupiter is going to play a vital role whenever you try to predict for India. Now, it is believed that Delhi, the capital of India, is governed by the sign Scorpio. So when something happens to Scorpio, Delhi may have some problems. So that's one of the important points to note. Modern foundation charts of countries, if you observe, India got her independence on 15th August 1947 at midnight, 12 am. At the time, the sign rising was Taurus, that is a Vrishabha Rasi rising. So that was ascendant, the time operating. So the Indian horoscope, the independence horoscope of India, if you observe, is generally, people consider this one as New Delhi as a capital, it's a birthplace as India. So the story regarding time chosen is a bit interesting. Is 12 a.m. It's because exactly at 12 a.m. they just announced independence. So India was declared a republic on 26 January 1950. So that was the sign rising was Pisces, or you can say the Meena Rashi rising, that was ascendant. So that is one thing you can clearly observe here. So if you go by that 1947 horoscope, so 1947 August, so 1947, it's August 15th, it's midnight 12 a.m. So if this is the horoscope, then clearly you can see Taurus ascendant rising and Rahu was in the Lagna. So the first house generally depicts the existence of a country. So obviously, as Rahu is sitting in the India's Lagna, so India has problems with this existence related, in the sense, see, after independence also India fought many wars, Indo-Chinese war, Indo-Pak war, so border issues mainly. So even today you have, so India has the border issues. That's because of the Rahu in the Lagna, right? Even you can see the same thing in 1950 January 26. So the time the constitution was produced in the parliament at 10 a.m. in the morning. So Pisces rising and Rahu was in the Lagna. So Rahu was in the Lagna in both the cases. So just see the problems, the existence related problems. So generally this Pisces ascendant one is considered for India because India is sacrificing in nature, religious in nature. Pisces is all about sacrificing, religious, doing more religious sacrifice and all the stuff, means the homas, yagnas, whatever. That is India. India is spiritual basically. Pisces is the sign for spirituality. So Rahu in the first house, and 11th house being the Capricorn, which is the house of gains. So whenever something happens to Capricorn, the gains are going to be reduced a lot, right? So that is one thing you can always come across. And the seventh house consists of Ketu and Mars. Seventh house is all about relationship with other countries. So where you can find Ketu Mars energy. So the relationship with other countries is a kind of it's still problematic, especially with the countries, the border countries, right? So whether it can be China or Pakistan, it can be Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. There's some kind of struggle always running on. So that's where the relationship with other countries defining here. At 10th house, it's Mercury. So just see, the government is always a kind of uh, it tries to show a kind of uh, neutrality with all the countries to avoid whatever problems, right? And Jupiter is debilitated here. Jupiter's energy is less. So India is always it tries to get more development, but it has some delays and frustrations there because Jupiter is debilitated here, the Lagna Lord. So this is the impact, that is the problem. And Saturn in the sixth house, which is denoting some kind of border issues, because sixth house is for border issues and general health of the public, where the general health is a kind of India has more diabetic patients and right, so many hospitals in India. You can see the people are a bit not comfortable with health. Very of course there are good number of people with some good health also, but in India, especially, in so many countries, in so many states, you can clearly observe people are suffering with diabetes, the high blood pressure or low blood pressure, or some kind of, whether it can be HIV, hepatitis B, or whatever diseases or more, right? So that's the general tendency you can see. And the second house is Moon, which is actually giving a fluctuating kind of resources. Resources are also not so very much assured in nature. 11th house gains are at toss. Jupiter is kind of debilitated and Sun is present in the gains. So even though there are some gains, you can see the gains are not going to be stable. They will be reduced. And Venus is present there, which is the lord of the 8th house, especially. That's where the gains are also at toss here. So that's about the horoscope of India. So generally we consider Pisces ascendant for India, but you can also see Indians are good in services, right? So the Mercury is giving some kind of support to the government. The 10th house is always related to the ruler. The ruler has some kind of support from the software industry or services industry. That's what we can see clearly here. Thanks for watching this video. In our next video, we'll try to focus on different houses in mundane astrology. Thereby we can understand better about the horoscopes of different countries. So thanks for watching this video.